All right, guys. So I've got all of the third person shooters here for us to go over. I've also got some games that I've picked up recently. And so this video is going to be a little bit different than how I normally have been doing. I'm actually not going to do too much editing with it. I just want to give you guys kind of a raw format and see if you guys like it. And, see if you do, then we can head on, just, repeat it in the future. So the first one we've got, I've mentioned this one on the channel before, and it is the Vanquish game down here. And so it is a third person shooter that's really awesome. That's the Bayonetta side of the Steelbook. And you guys know I love Steelbooks, but it's a really cool shooter because it changes things up with how you can change or slow down time and just do a bunch of like sliding around, and like it's a lot of fun. I would say that it's probably really more underrated. I mean, if you've heard of this, then you probably looked for the Steelbook, but I just don't know of a lot of people talking about this game or even probably know that it has a Steelbook with it. So that's one of the games that I think is awesome as a third person shooter. You can't have Gears of War in any video like this, or yeah, not have it. So this is the Ultimate Edition that I have, and that's because it's obviously been remastered, but it does come with, actually, I can show you. And I've actually done an unboxing of this on the channel, so if you guys want to see me actually unbox it with a little bit of gameplay, but it does come with that, and it actually comes with some stickers. So that was really cool. I always appreciate games that throw in extra stuff, and it's not just the game. You guys also know I love the interior art. I don't know if I showed for the... I think I did show. Let's see if I can... that's right. I showed maybe a little bit, but this one has an interior art cover for the Bayonetta Vanquish one. It's the same thing, but it's still cool how they have that on the inside as well, instead of it just being a blank color. So you guys can let me know down in the comment section, what's y'all's favorite third-person shooter? Because I would absolutely love to know that. I'm always looking for new games to try. Actually, one of the games that I picked up recently, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it in my collection. I probably will, but it's not something that I typically would pick up just because it's not the style of game that I prefer. But so the next one we've got in our list is Resident Evil 2 on Xbox One specifically. And so this one doesn't have an interior cover art, but it's really cool how they modernized that game, but they still gave homage to the Resident Evil 2, the older one. I can't remember when it came out. It was forever ago. And the next one I've got is Destroy All Humans on Xbox One, and I wish I had a Series X. I don't know. Actually, this one doesn't have a Series. It might have a Series X version, but this one's just a lot of fun because if you love the idea of being in a world with aliens, or even specifically playing as an alien, it's a lot of fun because you can do everything from disguising yourself as a human to, as a human, to even just like flying around in a saucer. And it's a lot of fun. It's got a fair amount of like RPG elements, like with upgrading and progression stuff, but it's still a lot of fun. That's why it's here on the list. Now this one, I'm probably going to get some haters, and I know it's not technically, I mean, it sort of is a third person shooter. It's more than that, really. If you guys have heard of this game, you can let me know if you agree or disagree with me about it, but it is so that's the little manual thing that it came with. And this one, because it's the Ultimate Edition, came with this. Unfortunately, this one was already used. But you guys have seen, at least if you watch some of my shorts, how there have been pre-owned games that I pick up and the DLC actually works. That's awesome. But anyway, so you can play as either the monster or you can play as one of the hunters. And so if you're one of the hunters, then you're playing in a first-person perspective. And so it's really cool to be able to do it from that perspective, but also the monster, you're in a third-person perspective. There's a bunch of different ways you can fight, and there's also a bunch of challenges with this game. This is not an easy game by any stretch of the imagination. You have to put a fair amount of time into this to be able to upgrade your character or your monster, and the better that you get at it, then the more upgrades you get, and the more time you put into it, it's more fun. If you start this right off and you're not enjoying it, I would say give it more time. But again, it's only really if you're into games that are more challenging or that you have to put a fair amount of time into it. But if you're a fan of games like that, and especially like with RPG elements, then I would actually recommend it, at least to give it a shot. It does have some. So the shooter element is like you can, like the monsters, you can breathe fire, for example, and so but some of it's running after and like throwing stuff after them. So it's not like with a like a gun traditional shooter, but just so you guys are aware. So the pickups that I got recently, actually, there's another one here that I'm not sure if I'm going to keep or not because I didn't do enough research when I picked it up. We'll see. So this is the stack of games that I just recently picked up. The first one here is that one that I was talking about. So we've got the Banner Saga trilogy, and this is actually the bonus edition, which is the reason that I'm actually thinking about keeping it because of what it comes with. So I'm going to show you guys. So it obviously comes with the game itself, but it has the soundtrack disc as well. And there's just not a lot of games that come with additional stuff like that, especially like a soundtrack. So I think that's really cool, and I appreciate it when they do that in games. Another thing it comes with is this, I believe it's an art book. Let me look inside. Yeah, so it's an art book of sorts. So that's always cool, being able to see the artwork and have that in there. And then the last part is this poster. Yeah, poster. It shows all of the, I'm not sure if it's actually all of them. At the very least, you have all of these characters here that you can play as. And this is a role-playing game that is very much, what do you call it? It's not, I think it's, I'm not sure if it's technically considered turn-based. I guess it would be turn-based, but it's also like you're choosing like the spots that you can go to. You guys can let me know down in the comment section what it's specifically called, but I'm pretty sure you guys already know what I'm talking about. If not, you can look it up. But if you're a fan of like strategy and role-playing games, then I would give this one a shot because it has those elements, but it also has the elements of choice, and it really has a big difference on your experience in the game and the consequences. At least what I've read. I haven't played this a whole lot, but it seems like it. If I was really into that specifically, I would definitely probably play this more. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it all the way through this one, but the little bit I have played, I really enjoy the art style. I will say that, and the stuff that comes with also. But you guys can let me know. So the next one, we're going to move on. So this one is the Star Wars Battlefront. I have this actually on Xbox One as well. The reason I picked this up is because I just recently picked up a PlayStation VR headset for the PlayStation 4, and it had this mode included. I just kind of assumed that it came on the disc itself, and I was wrong. So if you are expecting to, if you see this and you're expecting to get the VR version on the disc, it's not. You have to download it, and it's actually a little finicky with, like, I couldn't download it from the game itself. It'd have to go into the store, and so that's going to be only for those who, or for however long the store is going to be open, really. So we'll see how long that is. Now, this next one here, I was actually quite excited. Still got a little bit of sticker residue, so it's still a little sticky. But it's the Wolfenstein games. I still have a copy where it's got, I think it's all 4 of them, but it only comes with one of the discs, and the rest of it was digital. And I don't mind that. I still used up the digital codes, but I love having physical copies of games. And as a collector, it's important to me. So this one comes with, let me just pull it out and make it easier for you guys. So it comes with this little pamphlet sleeve. There's nothing really much on there or on. I didn't actually look at, okay, so this is like a little registration card. I don't know that. How many companies are doing registration cards these days? I mean, especially for this generation, obviously. And then so we have the Wolfenstein 2, and then the New Order, and then the Old Blood. So that's just really cool. You guys can let me know what's y'all's favorite Wolfenstein game as well, if you've ever even played it, or if you haven't played it, you can let me know. I've played a little bit, and the little bit that I have played, it's a lot of fun. There's so many games that I wish I had more time to get to, but it's just, you guys know how it is. Oh, that guy's there. All right, so the next one here, I also was excited to be able to get, and it does actually have all of the content on the physical disc, and that is the Game of the Year edition of Borderlands. So I had the Handsome edition, I believe it is, where it has the second one and the prequel, but I didn't have the first one, and so it's really cool to have this one in the collection. And obviously, it comes with the game disc, but it comes with this as well, which if I can get out, there we go. So this is just like a little tiny manual that they normally do with the modern style ones. But this right here is probably one of the coolest parts. Is this? I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to show it. Hold on. So that's awesome. It's got the really cool poster, but it's also got a really big map. And I'm not sure how well you guys could hear that, but I just think it's really cool how they have the poster and the map with where the stuff is in the map. I didn't think the 360 version came with a map, and it may have. I just don't remember it, but either way, that's really cool. So that's another one of the reasons I picked that one up. Now this one here, I wish I had the Nintendo Switch version, but unfortunately I do not. Mainly because of the price of it right now. But I picked up Alien Isolation. I used to own this forever ago, and I'd sold it. But Alien Isolation's awesome, like survival horror game that's done from the first person perspective. And so if you're a fan of survival horror or just horror in general, or even really, I don't know if you'd have to be interested in more than just aliens, but it's still a lot of fun, especially if you're interested in horror, or even just when I played this before. I haven't played it recently, but I really remember enjoying the exploration aspect. There's the hiding and stealth part as well, but for me, it was just having seen the Alien movies, and it kind of made me feel like I was a little bit back in that world. So that's why I enjoyed that one. You guys can let me know down in the comment section what's y'all's favorite. But until next time, y'all have fun playing single player games. Also, let me know what you think of this.